Hi and welcome to part 2 of the video on anxiety symptoms explained. If you have not seen part 1, I do suggest that you go back and see part 1 so that it links in with part 2. Alright? So, in this video, we're going to talk about the next 5 symptoms. So, starting on symptom 6. Symptom 6 is missed heartbeats. Now, in the most easiest way to explain it is when you're in panic, your heart is going to start beating really fast because that's what it's supposed to do. Now, it may feel like it's going to explode out of your chest and you're going to have a heart attack, but really nothing will happen. If you feel that you need to go have a heart checkup, just to put your mind at ease, go have a heart checkup. But there is nothing wrong. Now, let me try to explain it in a little slightly more complicated way, just for the science, is there is this missed heartbeat actually has a word and it's called extrasystoles. Now let me read what that means, alright? So a missed heartbeat is usually an extra beat between two normal beats. So given the pause that follows this premature beat, it just seems like it missed a beat. Because the heart's lower chambers, which is filled with greater than usual amount of blood during the pause, the next regular heartbeat can feel like a jolt. Right? Nothing to worry about. So again, your body is intelligent, it knows what it's doing, you don't have to worry about it. If you want to go get a checkup, do that just to calm your mind, but I would really not think much about missing heartbeats or heart going too fast. It's just a part of the process of your body dealing with the threat, right? Nothing to worry about. 7th one, and I think this is the most common, is the sensation of wanting to puke and the fear that you're actually going to puke and make a social embarrassment of yourself. What happens is that the anxiety makes you feel like you're going to puke. It makes you feel, and it pushes up thoughts and ideas in your head that you're going to puke in front of everyone and they're going to judge you. And I want you to take confidence in the fact that you're not actually sick. What's happening is that when you're anxious, the body takes away blood from your stomach and it pushes it into your extremities, which is your hands and legs, so you can fight or flight that situation. So when the blood is taken away from that area, there is indigestion, there is abdominal cramps, there is bloating, there is a sense of nausea. But when you relax into it and you allow it to be there, automatically your body would relax, the blood would restore, and you would come back to a sense of calm. That's all it is. Don't worry about it. And even if you need to puke, just puke. No one's going to make fun of you. Okay? So, symptom 8 is passing out of feeling of faint. So the feeling that you're about to pass out. Now when you're anxious, it's quite common to start feeling dizzy and lightheaded and out of breath, and things are kind of moving around you and things are getting yellow and you're feeling hot and cold at the same time. That is quite normal when it comes with anxiety, but I want you to not worry, because what's actually happening is you are hyperventilating. When you are anxious, your breathing becomes very rapid and shallow, and when you hyperventilate, it causes dizziness. It's just how the body works. Now, if you're worried about passing out, don't be, because if you pass out, it usually has to do with your blood pressure kind of going down. But when you're anxious, your blood pressure rises, which means there is no way in hell you're going to pass out of a low blood pressure when you're anxious. But also, additional tip is drink a lot of water, because you also want to make sure you're not in an environment where you are claustrophobic or there's not much oxygen in your system. You want to make sure that your blood sugar levels are up and your blood pressure is normalized. But I wouldn't ask you to worry about that. All I want you to know is if you're feeling faint, just know it is hyperventilation. Just try to relax into it and feel the feelings of your body. You will automatically relax and that feeling will pass. Symptom 9 is to do with breathing difficulties, lump in your throat. Now, when your breathing becomes shallow, it is quite natural for you to experience a sense of your throat getting tight and your chest getting tight to a point where you feel you're suffocating and that you feel like there isn't enough oxygen getting to your brain and that you may pass out. You can relax, alright? Everybody, regardless of whether they're people who go through anxiety or not, everybody's throat and chest tenses up when they are anxious or scared, even at the smallest levels. So it's kind of like a natural protective mechanism. So the way to deal with this is really just allow your breath to be however it is and be present with it. Whether your breath is shallow, extremely labored, extremely stressful, however it is, just breathe in however it is and just be accepting of that. That itself will help your body relax and help more breath come in. Your body, your brain is getting enough oxygen anyway, shallow breathing or not. Don't worry about your brain not getting enough oxygen. It's fine. Your body has mad skills to cope with stress. Symptom number 10 is disturbing thoughts. These are basically where your mind is just on a roll, plunging images of really disturbing things, fears, like you get into a car and you start feeling like you're going to have an accident and you can picture your death, and you can picture whatever, your mind goes into this super irrational worrying state where it's all about what if, how, why, and it's always in the state of worry. Now what's happening is when you're anxious, your mind is on high alert because it's on survival mode, it's on fight or flight mode. Now when it's on survival mode, on high alert, it's looking for any potential threat in this environment, no matter how unlikely, is going to convince you that it's super possible, and that's going to cause you to flip out. So the thoughts is from a very sensitive mental state that you're in. As you start controlling your anxiety levels, the symptom starts coming down and you start beginning to come to a point where your mind becomes still again and you're able to plant a more positive mindset. Now I wouldn't, a lot of us who go through super disturbing thoughts, like, mothers have these thoughts of and accidentally throwing their kids or, off a bridge, and some people have thoughts of, their parents dying or being killed. Do not hold yourself accountable for those thoughts in a way that you feel you're at fault for thinking those ways, or you feel that you're a bad person for thinking like that. Don't go into that trip at all. It's not you. It's your mind looking for potential things to fear or to deal with, because it's in that super anxious, super fragile state. It's fight or flight response. Again, when I was going through panic disorder for 2-3 years, I was really looking for somebody to tell me this online, and I want to be that person for you and tell you 3 things, okay, which I'm going to read out. One is, like I said, you can come out of your anxiety. It's possible. 2, you're not alone, and I know that your family and your friends don't know what you're going through. I know that the experience is the highest level of fright, especially with panic disorder and panic attacks, the highest level of fright, and nobody will understand it but you or people who've been through it. So they're all well-intentioned, your family and friends, but I wouldn't take it personally when they don't understand, because they've not been through it. So, but I am there. If you want to talk about it with me, talk about it with me, and I'm always available to talk about it. And the third thing is that with simple mindfulness, with self-love, with exposing yourself to your fears, with practicing forgiveness, you will not just live a normal life, but you can live an extraordinary life. And I really wish someone told me this when I was going through it, and I didn't have any beauty videos telling me any of this, but I just really hope that this video reaches the right people out there going through this. And if anything, I'm there. Alright, and if you need my personal assistance in helping you through, send me an email and the link below, and write coaching as your title, subject title, and I will talk to you about it and see how I can coach you through. But don't worry about it, everything will be A-okay. Alright, I love you all, and I hope you enjoyed these 2 videos, part 1 and part 2. I know it's slightly long, but it's an important topic, because mental health is an important topic. Alright, I love you all, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Lots of love. Namaste.